Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about John C. Morris and his contributions to Alzheimer research. So my name is Uyen. In these presentations, I will cover his background, research, major discoveries, and why his work is important. So today we will dive into scientist history, hobbies, his interests, his field, research questions. What has he discovered? Primary article summaries, data figure explanation, feature direction, why I really admire him, my conclusions about him and his research, and references. So first of all, John C. Morris is a neurologist and clinical researcher. He is a professor at Washington University in St. Louis and the director of an Alzheimer's disease research center. He has spent over 30 years studying neurodegenerative diseases, especially Alzheimer. His work combines both patient care and scientific research to better understand how the brain changes over time. To be honest, for me, although there is limited public information about his personal hobbies, Morris clearly has strong interest in neuroscience and research. He is especially interested in understanding memory and how aging affects the brain. He is also involved in mentoring students and collaborating with other scientists, which shows his commitment to education and scientific progress. So now we'll move to his field and research questions. So he works in the field of neuroscience, focusing on Alzheimer's disease and brain structure as well as function. His research focuses on important questions such as when does Alzheimer actually begin? What biological changes occur in the brain? Can biomarker predict disease before symptoms? And how can early detection improve outcomes? He also studied how early detection can help improve treatment and prevention. So now we move to what had he discovered. One of his most important discoveries is that Alzheimer's disease begins many years before symptoms appear. So he helped identify what is called the preclinical stage, where changes happen in the brain but people do not show symptoms yet. He also contributed to the use of biomarkers such as amyloid or tau proteins to detect the disease early. This had changed how scientists understand the progressions of Alzheimer's disease. For me, that's so cool. So, one important study by John C. Morris focuses on mild cognitive impairment or MCI. The study found that people with MCI already show brain changes similarly to Alzheimer's disease. This suggests that Alzheimer begins earlier than we can clinically observe. So overall, the study supports the importance of early detection and diagnosis. So this data figures in his article research um, shows how biomarkers for Alzheimer's disease change over time. The research questions is when Alzheimer's related changes begin in the brain, and the study used MRI scans and biomarker measurements such as amyloid or tau proteins. There are two groups, which are healthy individuals as the control group and individuals with early Alzheimer's changes. So the results shows that biomarkers begin to change many years before symptoms appear. This also suggests that the Alzheimer's disease starts much earlier than we can detect through the symptoms. The previous slides is the figures that I collected from his research and his articles. And this is the one that I just talked about. So for the future directions, in the future, Sean C. Morris and other researchers aim to improve early diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. They are working on improving biomarker accuracy and developing treatments and that target early stages of the disease. Another important goal is prevention, which means stopping the disease before symptoms even begin. So, these advancements could significantly improve patient outcomes. So, this is the reason why I really admire him. This is simply because his work has a real impact on people's lives. Alzheimer's disease affects millions of families, and his research helps improve diagnosis and understanding of the disease. For me, I honestly admire his dedication as he's been um he has spent decades studying these complex problems. His work inspires me to see how science can be used to improve healthcare and help others. His work gives hope for future Alzheimer's treatments. In conclusions, Morris has made significant contributions to Alzheimer's research. His work has changed how we understand the disease, especially by showing that it begins long before symptoms appear. His research provides hope for better treatments and possible prevention in the future. And this is my references. And thank you for listening. Have a good day.